Alrighty, hello everybody. I know we're still waiting on people to get on. We haven't started our call yet, but I just wanted to say hello to everybody, that we're super excited to have you on this call. And while we're waiting for the call to start, we still have a couple of minutes before we're going to get this call started. But while we wait for it to start, I would love it if you guys just put in the chat where you're calling in from and what what you were looking forward to most this Diamond Club season, I should say. So again, just put where you're from, where you're calling in from, and what you are looking forward to most this Diamond Club season.
I echo what Rebecca said. Welcome, everybody. We're going to start in a few minutes. Love seeing everyone and where they're from. Got from Alabama and Colorado, Alaska. Ooh, is like Alaska in that stage where it's light all day and night, or is it just dark all the time? I never know like what season. I'm always curious about that. Oh, Texas, yeehaw, pretty light. Okay, so it's in that stage where it's light all the time. I would find that to be so weird where it's like 1 a.m. in the morning and the sun isn't setting. North Carolina, welcome. Indiana, yes, we're looking forward to you helping so many people as well, Amanda. Calgary, Alberta, you guys, I'm actually going to Calgary, to Canada tomorrow. So if you're in the Calgary area, shout out to you. My hometown, Panama City, Florida. Oh, girl, Wendy, can I just like come to your house and hang out at the beach? Seriously. Oh, yeah, I know. Wasn't there a hurricane recently in Florida? I hope you guys, oh, Margaret, hi. Yes, love the beach, right? You're okay? Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are safe. Yeah, a couple days ago, I remember that happening to those of you in Florida. So stay safe and hopefully not a ton of you were affected because that's rough. Who else? Oh, South Carolina. Hi, Tana. And from Pismo Beach, California.
Even like when I wore my watches, I always say that. I mean,
love that. Chris from Edmond, Oklahoma. Woo woo. Oh, another Albertan. Shout out to you from Alberta. And Maryland. Oh my goodness. You're like way north from us. Valerie and Lisa from Las Vegas. Woo woo. So you're growing your team in Vegas. Wow, that's really cool. Parker, Colorado, Tennessee. Ooh, from Virginia. I love Virginia. West Virginia, country mama, right? Take me home. That's what I think every time I think of Virginia, you guys. Let's see, from Philly. Yes, Ontario. Yes. Our shout out to our Canadians. Honolulu, Hawaii. Girl, Ashley, can I come to your house too? Can we hang out at the beach? Oh, love it. Visiting family. I see. Okay. Sandy, Utah. Ooh, we got a local. I love that. I want what Amy had for breakfast. Guys, my Meta Power. That's what I had. Guys, drink your Meta Power. It gives you energy, right? You guys, if you guys want, we can sing the Meta Power song again. For those of you who weren't on the sourcing trip, we had a fabulous time and we sang Meta Power. It was really great. Kings Creek, South Carolina. Wonderful. Okay, well, we have the lovely Melanie in the house who's going to kind of start out the call with us. So I'll turn the time over to her.
All righty, good morning, everyone, on this beautiful, warm Wednesday summer morning. We're so happy to be with all of you here today on our first prep month call for our Diamond Club season coming up. And My name is Melanie Silva. I am the Senior Manager over Leadership Programs, which is all the programs and all the clubs and all the fun things. And so I've been with doTERRA now for almost 11 years so 10 and a half years. And so this is going to be my 9.5, 10 years of leadership programs. And so obviously this is where my heart is. I absolutely love leadership programs. I just came off of a week of being on the sourcing trip with all of our amazing Diamond Club graduates from last year. And I'm still on a peppermint high from being in Oregon on that sourcing trip. And so it was fantastic. I absolutely loved just being again with everyone and just being able to celebrate and just reminding me why I come into the office every day to do this. And so I'm just grateful to be here, and we're looking forward to a fantastic season. We just came off from some great momentum and the greatest Diamond Club seasons we've had in a long time in 2023. And so we are so looking forward to having the best season yet in this fall coming up. And so thank you all for being on this call. So we will have these preparation calls throughout the month of August. We have gathered feedback from our previous seasons, and we have been told that the prep month is pretty crucial to your success in Diamond Club. And so we want to make sure that one, we do give you some time, we do give you a month to prepare, but we also give you some tools and resources in order to do that, because our jobs here at doTERRA and with leadership programs is to make sure you not only have a great experience, but that you're able to accomplish your goals with Diamond Club. And so we're looking forward to that. And so I am going to run through the agenda really quickly for you. We have our amazing team here with us, Rebecca and Amy, who is also, they're the project managers for leadership programs. So again, all the clubs, all the programs, all the things, they're your go-to people, and they're pretty much covering all of North America. So they have their hands full, but just know that you are in terrific hands with Rebecca and with Amy. They are my go-to. And anyways, I just appreciate all they do for our programs and for all of our participants and mentors. And so we will do some recognition, right? Isn't recognition fun? And so we want to start off with some recognition. We want to kick off this month with recognizing those of you who already were able to accomplish some things already in this prep month. And then we are going to be able to listen to the amazing Jessica Moultrie, who we just adored, and we're so grateful to have her as well. And then we are going to cover our Diamond Club training course, some of the enhancements we have for this season, and just some dates for you to put on your calendars. All righty, so let the fun begin. Let's start off with some recognition. All righty, so we want to recognize our mentors. So those leaders who have the most participants so far this season. And so we want to recognize from Central, Betty Torres. Woo-hoo! And Betty continues to be one of our top mentors each and every season. And so I'm not surprised that Betty's on this list. And then also we have from Mountain, Peggy Smith. Yay, Peggy. And we love Peggy as well. And then from the Pacific, we have Tina Wong. Yay, Tina. From the Southeast region, Brittany Miles. Yay, Brittany. And from NEC, we have Wang Yoon. Yay, Wang. From Northeast, Lillian Winger. Woohoo. And from Canada, which is Amy's hometown or country, as she mentioned, Janelle Cottenberg. Yay, Janelle! And Janelle, I just have to give you a shout out that your account manager, Carla, was just raving about you this morning. So shout out to Janelle. And from the NAL region, we have Joanna Magnani. Yay! So again, thank you. Congratulations to those of you who are mentoring a bunch of people from your teams. And so we love our mentors. We appreciate the partnership that we have with all of you, because we would not be here and we could not continue with these programs without that partnership, which is very, very valuable. So thank you to our mentors. And then now for those of you who were the first to get their application approved. And so we have from the Northeast region, Carrie Bow, yay Carrie! Jackie Pierce from the Mountain region, yay Jackie, who we're just on the sourcing trip together. And Kathy Russell from the Pacific, yay Kathy! And Brittany and Jason Miles from the Southeast region. Yay, Brittany and Jason. And from Central, we have Jerry Lynn Vedby from Central. Yay, Jerry. And from Canada, Kelly Mallinson, who was also just on the sourcing trip with us as well. And from the NAL region, we have Dr. Lisa Ma and Hiram Perez. Yay! And from our NAC region, we have Men Yi Fong. So congratulations to all of you who were the very first to get your applications in and approved. And on that note, we had that fun application incentive that we did for the early birds. And just so you know, we do have your prizes and we are going to hand them to you in person at convention. And so we will be sending an email out to all of those of you who qualify for this incentive, and you will be getting your prize soon. So congratulations to all of you again. Yay! All righty. And now we get to hear from the amazing Jessica Moultrie, who is a Presidential Diamond U.S. founder. She is our co-chief fill officer, and I know she has had a busy, crazy schedule, because not is she doing all of these amazing things, but she is also a mom, right? And she's trying to run her business as well. And so I know we've been keeping her busy here at doTERRA, and we just appreciate her partnership as well, being our co-chief field officer. And we just appreciate all the things that she does to help us here at doTERRA, to help all of you succeed. Jessica also has been a Diamond Club graduate and winner as well. And so who not better to have on our first prep call of the season than Jessica. So Jessica, we just want to say thank you so much for being here. I know your schedule is crazy busy, but we appreciate and value your time, and we just look forward to hearing from you. So take it away, Jessica.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of energy going on in this call. I'm like, we know we're heading into Diamond Club when there's this kind of energy to kick off the morning call. I love it. So thank you for having me on. I love Diamond Club. Diamond Club is, to me, I feel like it's just what helped me to build my business in a way that gave me a stable business and one that had momentum forever. I always tell people, I'm like, well, once you do Diamond Club, if you plan to just never stop Diamond Club, then your business will be amazing, you know? And I think that I really took that to heart. I feel like once I participated in Diamond Club, I was really young in the business, and it taught me like exactly what I needed to be doing for income producing activities, to build relationships, to launch builders, to have people that were my builders that lived in different areas really learn how to own their area and own their business, because I was able to spend time with them back to back to back in multiple months, you know, building those relationships and letting them see and model while I was with them, right, exactly what to do and how to leverage their strengths to create success in the daily activities, and having a success schedule that helped them to carry on after Diamond Club was over. And so as we think about the prep month, it really is the most crucial time for you to have a lot of clarity around your plan and to have conversations ahead of time so that in the midst of implementing Diamond Club, you're just having to do small tweaks here and there. But your core plan has already been established and you've already communicated that and gotten your people on board. And so you want to use this time to do some key things. So I have some notes here because I don't want to forget anything. But when you think about your time in Diamond Club, so I still travel to areas. And when I travel to areas, and if you are someone who's like, well, I know that travel isn't required, I'm just going to say this, okay? If you have team members that you plan to work with and they live away from you, go there and spend some time with them and do it once a month, okay? It will change everything if you commit to that. And I know it's a lot, but I feel like that is what has always been the game changer in my business, is when I take the time to travel with people and I spend at least 4 days with them. That's kind of the magic number, okay? 3 to 4 days and you have 4 events planned. I really, really like operate on that system every time I do a push. So, okay. So first of all, when you're doing events, right? First of all, you've got to plan, who exactly am I working with, right? Like, who are the people on my team that I am focusing on during Diamond Club? You know, there's a lot of your teams that maybe are stronger, right? You probably have stronger legs and you've got weaker legs. And so you have to balance that out of who is actually going to rally with you during Diamond Club, who's going to be people that set events up for you and kind of manage those events so that you're just showing up to execute. You want to find people that are willing to co-plan in that way and kind of be your feet on the ground of all the locations you plan to have events in. If you're the one that's trying to head everything, sometimes that can be a little bit overwhelming. And so find somebody in each of the areas you plan to support during Diamond Club and have like a key contact that you're working through that can have people help them too, but that's your main source of communication so that you can stay on the same page and that you can maximize like the time spent with each group of people that you're focusing on during the Diamond Club push. Every time you're working with people, these are the things I like to plan. First of all, I like to dedicate 4 days to each person minimally at all the different locations because I like to compound classes while I'm with people. So once a month, 3 to 4 days, and we're going to do a minimum of 4 events. Those events are going to be classes, usually a business training within it, like a business opportunity presentation. And I'm also going to demo for them, right, how to teach a class, how to teach a one-on-one, how to do a wellness consult, and how to do a business opportunity conversation. I'm doing that in a class setting, and I'm also doing that in a one-on-one setting. Because again, I'm modeling these behaviors, those 4 things, right? That's the bread and butter of our business that we should be doing all the time. And so in the midst of that, yes, I'm watching them invite, I'm watching them follow up, and we're tweaking those messages, right, to be more effective. And so it's really helpful when you dedicate time with people that you're just locking in with them. You get to see them in their daily life. You get to see how they operate, and you get to influence how they do all of these things so that they can have better outcomes. And, you know, sometimes when we're trying to mentor our leaders or support our leaders, we're not actually really sure what they're doing or saying. And so it gives us an opportunity to have that hands-on approach of seeing it all go down. So as you're planning events, that's how I recommend organizing the 3 months of your schedule. Of course, you got to reach out to these people and get everybody on the same page. So again, you want to find those core legs or core leaders that you're working with during this and have everybody on a call to talk about, these are the things we're going to do. This is what I would love to do. What do you need in your area, right? And so that everybody has input, but you're on the same page of demoing these 4 key things. I never leave an area without having people put individuals in front of me that would be interested in the business. Okay, all of you that are doing this, you have achieved a certain level of success in doTERRA. And so you need to leverage that influence that you have to get in front of potential business partners. So make sure as you're prepping and as your people are prepping for this month, that they're thinking of those people. that they want to put in front of you while you're there, and that you have a schedule and a calendar so they know exactly when to expect you. If I were you, I would have all 3 months of travel and locations identified before it starts. So you know exactly where you're going, you know exactly who you're spending time with, you know exactly what those classes are going to look like, and you know exactly like what your time investment needs to be. Now, one of the things too that I do when I'm traveling, and I know I keep talking about traveling, but I hope you guys are planning to do this, okay? Is when I'm traveling, I work the entire time, okay? Like no sleep in Diamond Club. No, there really isn't much sleep. But when I travel, I am like 4 days all in. Like my family knows I can't talk to y'all much. I am super locked into this time. When I'm on a plane, when I'm sitting in the airports, I am working. I'm getting everything, all the little details done, the communications, the invites, making sure things are scheduled, following up on everything so that when I get home, I can shut it down and be present with my family. And I know that our families, when we're pushing during Diamond Club, sometimes they don't see us or have us as much. And so I really try to maximize every moment I'm away from home working. Like I won't even come into the house until things are complete. I will literally sit in my car in the garage until it's complete. And then I walk in and I can put on a different hat to be present with my family. And so as you're preparing these things, it's good to get your family on those expectations of like how it will roll and what you will try to do and the mindset that you're going to be in during this push period. Okay. Secondly, you want to have a plan that is really clear. You can see how specific I'm talking about my plan. So what I found is, so I recently did Founder 2.0, and I mean, as a presidential diamond, you already have, you've pretty much exhausted your network, right? Okay. You're always trying to build that new network. And I knew that in order for me to reach Founder 2.0, there were certain criteria, right? I was going to have to reach. And so I created a plan that was so specific, it was down to names that went with every enrollment that I was going to get, right? I knew exactly where every point was going to come from. Now, did it end up that way? No. But because I had such specificity in my plan, it gave me a certain amount of focus that I knew exactly what I was going to do every day. So when I came into work, I knew who I was calling. I already had it written down. I knew what I was talking to them about. I knew what my desired outcome was. I had visually already seen it and written it down with exactness. And I had a flip chart from Office Max sitting in my office that had everybody's name on it and bubbles next to them, because I'm like, I wanted that tangible check. That's how I had a spreadsheet too. But I also wanted the visual of what was happening. So you guys know how many team enrollments you need to get. You know how many personal enrollments you need to get. You know how to maximize the bonuses that you have access to every month. And you know what your team needs in order to leverage the comp plan, right? In the best way possible. And so if I were you, I would write out each person you're working with, exactly what their goals are, exactly what their plan is, and layer it with your plan so that you can partner with them to make it happen and you can reach your own goals at the same time. But I would do it with such specificity that before I went to work with someone, I knew exactly who they wanted to enroll. I knew exactly who they wanted to work with as a business partner. And so I knew the people I was going to be in front of. And that helped me to be more effective for them in having and leveraging my knowledge and influence to show up in a way that would be most meaningful to help their business and that would train them, right, how to do this at the highest level. Okay. So that is a really important part of having that level of clarity. Now, the second thing during the prep month, lots of stuff. But hey, if you guys can go into September and have a new builder to launch, it's a perfect thing to do during Diamond Club. Okay. So I had a new builder to launch during my Founder 2.0, and that gave me a lot of focus, right, on helping someone new achieve results and make money in 90 days, right? They got a solid 90-day plan as someone who is launching. And you coming into Diamond Club, you're doing this for 90 days. So you can literally launch a builder and help them to get to a level that they want in a 90-day period where they have a really specific partnership with you and you have a lot of focus on them. So I would make that a goal of mine. If you guys need a new builder, and I don't know anybody that doesn't need a new builder. I think you always need a new builder. If you have that mindset, always looking for a new one. To launch during this period, I think is a fantastic use of your time. It will help you focus. It will help you to meet those enrollment requirements every month because you will have a brand new, fresh, warm market to walk into with someone. Okay. Let me see. We talked about building out classes, consults, one-on-ones, business meeting, meeting with your team to make sure they understand their role. In terms of a marketing strategy for events, including social media, email, word of mouth, it's really good to have that mapped out and, exactly how do you invite people? What does the invite look like? What kind of incentives are being offered? You can offer us an incentive for your builders if they have a number of people at the events, if your 4 days or time with them, like meet certain criteria, you could incentivize them with a gift, which I think is really fun if there's someone who's motivated by that. Because you want them to feel even more committed than you do to making it go well. Like they should value their time with you and understand like how nice it is to have somebody that's willing to come and work that closely with them. And so it's fun to do little incentives and also to provide people with all those resources so they're not scrambling, right? Like if you have somebody on your team that's part of the group that's really good at invites or really good at wording, just find what they're good at and say, okay, Jenna, you're so good at this. Can you make all of our invites? And hey, you're so good at this. Can you write us up some emails that we can all send out so that we have a template to go to? And oh, you're really good at like prepping hostesses. Can you give us a checklist for that so that everybody's on the same page? And then just have a folder that you all use for these events. And so everybody's just leveraging what they're good at to simplify that the whole group that's helping you with Diamond Club can participate in and benefit from. And that just really helps, leverage it. For me, one of the ways somebody just asked, how do I incentivize people? So I believe the greatest incentive is cash. Okay. When I was starting my business, that is what motivated me the most. And so I love to do during Diamond Club or during a push, I will do double fast starts with people. So basically that means that if they are earning their 20% fast start, I will match them 20%. So if you're their enroller, right, through fast starts, you're going to be getting 10% back. You can ask your upline if they'll donate their 5% that they get. And then you donate an extra 5% back to the people so that instead of 20% in fast starts, they're making 40%. And I can tell you that you're going to get some people hustling for you when they can get more cash in their pocket. So that's my favorite incentive. And I think it keeps it very simple. It's easy to track. And I have people track their own. But that's my favorite thing to do during this. And I feel like it rallies people more to have good outcomes. And so it leverages my time better. Great question. Thank you for asking. Okay. During this too, make sure that people are sharing a lot of testimonials and experiences, be flooding your events and your marketing with that. I think those are the things that lead people to want to attend events, to want to participate, to want to listen, to want to jump on. So I think it creates a lot of excitement and anticipation. And I think that's everything I have. That was a lot of information. Sorry, I kind of just dumped that on you. I thought it was organized, but as I started talking about it, it was a lot. We go off on tangents. So do y'all have any questions for me? Let me look at the chat here while I'm here.
There was one by Allie.
Okay.
She said, what did you mean by who they want to enroll? Do you mean their target audience?
Good question. So Allie, I mean names. Like when I looked at my list of people, right? I mean, I had exhausted my warm market. I went through every tool of contacting that I had. And I went down and I wrote down actually specific names of people that did not have an account yet that I knew. Specific people, you guys have reactivations, right? That are going to count. So who in your team needs to reactivate that hasn't ordered in 6 months or more, right? That you can reach out to. We have so many products that have come out or things that'll be really beneficial for them. And then wait till after convention. You guys are going to have a whole new set of tools in your box to pull from. And so when I'm saying names, I want people I'm working with, and for myself, for my personal enrollments, I want them to think so clearly about who they're inviting and who doesn't have an account that there's actually names they've written down. Because what happens is you're mentally and visually, you're doing so much work already here to have such clarity. And when people have clarity, they have better outcomes. They have better conversations. They have more direction. Their efforts are very focused. And so you end up having a way better outcome than it just being like, oh, I'm just going to invite my people. No. What people? What are their names? Who are they? What do they struggle with? Right? We've got to be thinking in really specific terms. And I promise you, if you start doing that in your business, you will meet the right people and your outcomes will be completely different. Your different. So have extremely specific things written and encourage your people to do the same. So hopefully that answers that.
Okay, we have more. One came from Alyssa. Do you give double fast starts to all your builder sharers who host events, even those who aren't your qualifiers?
I personally do. And I work to have the people that are their enroller, right, learn how to invest in their people. And so I ask those people to all give it to it. And they have the option to or not. I think it's really important that we learn that as business owners, fast starts, like I look at fast starts as an investment in my business. I don't look at that as money that I use at all on anything else except reinvesting. And so I recommend that people, I know it's hard when you're starting, right? Because that's the money you're making just in the beginning. But when someone is getting fast starts from you and they see that behavior modeled to them, they're more willing to do the same as they launch builders. And so let's say I'm going to work with someone that is on my second level, right? I don't have enrollership. I'm the second level of fast start for that person. And I'm going out there to help them. Their enroller, they're getting hooked up because I'm going out there to spend time with this person. And I usually like them to come if they can. And if they can't, then I ask them to dedicate their fast start back, right? To reinvest in their people so that they can see success. So it's all those key conversations of, and we have the individual that's enrolling do all the tracking, right? And then I can verify and go double check everything. But I try to get anybody who's getting paid out during those 3 levels to contribute. But if there are people that aren't active for some reason, or they're unwilling to, and I think it's what's best for the individual, then I will just chip that in. So, but I know not everybody's in a position to do that. So that can be, whatever you feel like is at your discretion. But I want the movement, right? More than I care about that. The movement is going to pay me forever. The momentum, the development that comes, the relationship, that partnership, like those dividends, you can't even calculate. And so you got to think that way because that's how you grow people.
So we have a common question that a few people have asked, which is, what's your best strategy that you've found for reactivating customers?
It's a tough one, that's a tough bracket. And what I found is that I don't ever make headway by doing any kind of funnels to just send to people. The headway I make is when I give people a call and I say, hey, listen, I want to be a resource to you. I know our health changes so much all the time. And I know you had different focus areas before, but I want to be a resource for you to see if there's any health goals that have changed that I can help you with to work on, and those are like checkups, those wellness checkups or check-ins, I think are the best route to try to get people back. Even if they're not answering to you, you can do an audio message, you can do a video message so they can see your face, to just try to do those check-ins. And I do it very individually because I want them to know like, hey, I'm not just sending this out to everybody. Like I'm specifically talking to you. And I just try to allot myself like an hour twice a week, maybe, to work on that, So you just got to like allocate yourself to dedicate a time to do it, because once you're in that rhythm, like I like to kind of stay in the rhythm of what I'm doing, because those conversations start looking the same. So I like to like organize my time that way, because I get in a certain mindset. Like if I'm talking to a brand new person, if I'm talking to an reactivation, if I'm talking to a new builder, if I'm talking to a seasoned builder, like those conversations look a little bit different. So I like to organize my time to just set time blocks to focus on a certain thing, a certain day of the week. And so I think it's good to map into your day. Those are like the low hanging fruit, if you're like, okay, I need to, and I would try to not make it the end of the month, because people feel that. So don't only call them on the 30th, y'all. Okay. It's not like a master strategy, but it's just what works. It's the harder thing to do, but it's what pays the most, like dividends. Okay. How to get a business to allow you to teach a class there. I love teaching classes at businesses. Actually, it's one of my strategies. I did a lot of lunch and learns during my time. And, the only way you get a business in, first of all, I always become a customer of the business. I build a relationship with the people. I watch for a second. So again, prep month, I observe of like what's going on in here, who's the one that makes decisions. And then I make sure that I build rapport with that person, because you can tell who a decision maker is in a business. Even if you ask around and you just spend time there. For me, I've only done it with businesses where I had a personal connection. I haven't done it in a cold call business, because those haven't worked as well. And so I try to work through a personal connection that I have. So if you have friends or neighbors or, church family or people in your community that that work at certain places, I would try to work through them, because they already know who the go-to person is, and they have relationships, and they can advocate for you to come and do a lunch and learn. And I try to make it really specific, like, hey, this is what it looks like. Do you want to increase productivity in your place of business with your people? And this is how we do it. 5 ways to increase productivity. And I teach a class on that. And it's all the same, right? Because if people are in pain, they're not productive. If people are sick, they're not productive. We already know that we need to start our day with collagen, because we got a lot of energy kicking off the call. So anyway, things like that. So I talk about 5 products, and I have a whole thing that I do even with fundraisers that I can send to Rebecca, and she can send it out to you. I did a training on it from what I spoke at convention last year. And it's specifically about the lunch and learns, exactly what I do in them, what I focus on, how to do fundraisers with different sports teams. That's what I did it on, but you could do it with a lot of people, and donating my fast starts to those to get more leads and grow my network. And anyway, so those are some great ways. And then I had certain classes that I taught that really had a lot of great attendance. So I'm happy to share that recording with you guys that kind of goes through the specifics of rolling that out.
Jessica, I actually have a question for you. I know you've mentioned convention several times now, and I know we are all so excited for convention. It's going to be here before you know it. So hopefully everyone on this call is going to be at convention. Anyways, and so I have found through the years that whether it's leadership retreat or convention, our participants often struggle because they basically take a week or 2 off to prepare for convention or leadership retreat or whatever it is. And so they end up really then having a tough month. And so I just wanted to know if you could share what your maybe best tips for taking advantage of the time while you are at convention.
Yes. First off, is that when I did Diamond Club, and anytime, you really just front load your month. So you have a solid 2 weeks of I would try to have as many events planned as possible heading into convention. And then I would use convention as a time to spend time with the people I'm going to be focusing on. Let that be an in-person planning session, right? Where everybody gets on the same page, go to dinner, spend time together, rally the troops, create buzz and excitement to leverage that time when there's new product launches, and there's a time to do videos together, go live together, get the groups excited, who's on board to want to do an event, about all of the stuff. We're going to be coming to your area, really just hyping, like using that time when you're together where you're not having to individually do it because there's more hype that comes, right, when you're together. So I think you can actually get everybody on the same page and making sure the people you work with, it's a requirement that they come to convention. And then you spend that time together, making sure everybody's clear on the plan for the next 3 months. And you hype it up, you do videos, you try to record anything you can that will be sent out. You write the emails together that are going to go out. You create the invites together, right? Spend some downtime together, like with that as your main focus. So that's what I would do. And it is like, it can be tough, but it actually gives you a chance to be with everybody and get on the same page. So that's a great win. And if they have people that are coming that aren't quite on board yet, you could get everybody committing to host a class while they're there. You're in person with them. It's a lot harder to say no when you're asking people in the midst of excitement. You got to catch them while they're hot. So everybody is feeling like they're ready to commit at convention. So capitalize on that. Good question, Melanie.
Someone was also wondering where they can find the recording of the training that you had on the fundraiser.
Yes, I will grab it. As soon as I'm finished talking, I'll put it in the chat and I'll also send it to Rebecca so she can email it out to everyone.
Yes, when we send out the recording information, we'll also post this on our Facebook page and send that out. Make sure that you guys all have it available.
Hey, sorry, I'm going long. You guys told me 15 minutes. Sorry.
No, you're good. We are so grateful for you, Jessica. I know lots of other people have been asking questions, and I know that you have shared so much really great information. We're so excited and thankful that you were on this call today, Jessica. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but I'm pumped for Diamond Club. I don't know about you guys, but this call just made me so pumped for Diamond Club. So pumped. And we are so excited. We want to devote a little bit of the rest of this call to just some extra things talking about our Diamond Club enhancements. So before we end this call, I know we're really excited and anxious to get preparing, and I know that, but we do have a few things we just want to touch bases with you guys on, because I know this is going to be a groundbreaking Diamond Club season. I don't know about you guys, but we've been talking about these enhancements for a while. We're going to touch bases on them a little bit. I know you have lots of questions for those. We're excited that you have lots of questions. Hopefully we can answer some of them today. Some questions we might not be able to answer, and we do apologize for that. We will have answers for these questions as we get ready and prepare for the Diamond Club season, just as you guys do. But the first thing we want to talk about is the Diamond Club training course. So those of you guys who have been with Diamond Club before know that we usually do a training course. This year, we've actually revamped a new Diamond Club training course that's going to be absolutely amazing. It has not been sent out yet, so if you're looking for an email from it, it's not there quite yet. We are just putting the final finishing touches on this. But when we do have the Diamond Club training course available for you, hopefully it'll be available this week. You will be emailed your link to the training course. This training course will be on training.doterra.com. So in case you guys were curious or want to know where it was, you'll be signed up automatically for it on training.doterra.com. We will also make a link to the training course available on your Diamond Club dashboard. We will show a link for your Diamond Club dashboard later in this call as well. And just some information about the course. It will teach you some of the basic tools you have to succeed in Diamond Club. It will also kind of go over some of the enhancements that we're talking about and just kind of some of the resources you guys are going to have this season. We have some amazing resources. I know our team looks a little different from last year, if any of you guys participated last year, but the support you guys will still have will remain the same. So we're very excited about this training course. Again, that training course will be sent out to you hopefully this week, if not next week, but it will be sent out to you before the season starts so you can start working on that training course. We strongly recommend you guys work on it. The training course does not take very long, maybe 10 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on how long you choose to spend on it. And it's just a really great way for you guys to prepare for the season and just really get to understand the program and what to be expected. With that, I'm going to take the time over to Amy to talk about our first of our Diamond Club enhancements, talking about connections.
Okay, guys, yes, for connections. I know you guys are really excited about this because we did this for Silver Club And now we're rolling it over into Diamond Club and making it even that much more amazing for you guys for this season. So classes are now called connections, okay? So connections is just an action that, you know, you perform where you yourself or your team member are able to get a qualifying enrollment order of 100 PV. So connection class, it just looks like a phone call, FaceTime, online Facebook post. It could be an in-person class, it could be an online class. Essentially, it's just a connection. You are making a connection, okay? So just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that new change now of it calling a connection, which it just makes it more flexible for you guys. We want this to be more flexible for you. So also, with that being said, with connections, you guys no longer have to log your classes, and enrollments in the Diamond Club dashboard. That being said, that means you must use your Diamond Club promo code on all your orders, because if the promo code's not on there, then you have to log in that class and enrollment, okay? So this is where your promo code comes in and is extremely important to use. And that way we basically get rid of a lot of that administrative work and reduce it significantly. So you guys can focus on what you guys do best, which is just connecting with those out in the field. So we're really excited about that enhancement for you guys.
So excited. And I actually wanted to just speak to this for a moment here. Thank you so much, Amy. So this has been, I know, a big pain point for a little bit now. And Diamond Club has really improved over the years, guys. But yes, we still had maybe some pain points that we needed to take a look at. And so we've kind of been working through this whole class enrollments, administrative logging thing. And so we finally were able to have that removed. So like Amy said, you can focus on those things that help you build your business, right? And so, but with that said, the promo codes are, I just wanted to note, the promo codes are still very important. And we want to make sure that we are, as we are going into this season without having to log classes. And, we have the new connections things, that we are still working with integrity and not just putting the promo code out there for anyone and anyone to just use. We still want to make sure that you're making those connections, right? And that those promo codes are being used the way it should be, because otherwise we then jeopardize the program for future. And so, we again, so I just want to stress that the promo code is still a very important part of the program, but we want to make sure that we really take responsibility with those promo codes and just make sure that we are using them in the right way and not just handing it out for people and having people just share them with other people, or just posting it on social media for anyone and everyone, because we want Diamond Club and our programs to be here for future, right? So let's protect those promo codes. And anyways, great enhancement. So thank you, Amy. You can continue.
No problem. I did see like a few questions. So technically, like Melanie said, there's no way of us like tracking because you guys aren't entering in classes. So again, this comes down to the honor system, okay? So we are, putting that integrity on you guys. So there is no, like, when we talk about the 5 days of enrollment after, again, that's just going on the honor system from you guys because you're not putting in your classes. Now you can still reach out to Rebecca and I if someone forgot the promo code. And in that case, we will ask you to log in the connection and log in the enrollment on that side of things, okay?
If you haven't already been tracking enrollments and that sort of thing, I would highly recommend you make sure that you are keeping whatever tracking system in place for yourself now that we're no longer requiring you to record these things. And so if you want to make sure all of your enrollments are actually counting for Diamond Club, then keep track of them however you have in the past. And so because we do want to make sure that you get credit for those. So thank you, Amy.
No problem. And we will be, so your promo codes haven't been assigned just yet. So if you see your ID number where the promo code number is, that just means we haven't assigned promo codes yet. Okay. So, and also great question by Roxy. So promo codes go on all orders, whether they are 100 PV or under 100 PV. With that being said, that even if promo codes are on orders under 100 PV, it will not count as a qualifying enrollment, but it will still give you Diamond Club points. So please keep that in mind. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the second Diamond Club enhancements, and I will have Rebecca go over that one.
Yes, and just to reiterate what Amy said and Mel said, we are so excited about these classes and connections. Again, this is not something you need to log on your dashboard anymore, but your promo code is so important, which is why we made your promo code. It's going to be universal. You can use it for US enrollments. You can use it for Canada enrollments. You can use it for under 100 PV orders. You can use it for over 100 PV orders. And the promos will just start applying to orders that are 100 plus PV. Very excited about this. We will talk a little bit more about this. So if you guys are still having some questions, don't worry, we will answer them. This will also be something we cover in the training course and as we continue doing these preparation calls. But if there's a question that we have not answered and you really need to know what that answer to that question is, please feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help you and we're here to support you. With that said, we're going to talk about the next of our Diamond Club enhancements, which I know everybody's been asking questions about, reactivations. We don't have a ton of information on reactivations quite yet, so we really appreciate all of your patience as we work on this really new feature. This is something we've been trying to work on for a while, and it's something that we have hit a couple of roadblocks, but it's something that we want so badly for you guys. So we're pushing through, we're powering through, we're making this available for you guys so we can we're just as excited as you are to have reactivations count. So a couple questions that people have been asking throughout the call. When does a reactivation count? A reactivation must be 12 months or older to qualify. That means somebody needs to have been inactive for 12 or more months to qualify as a reactivation for Diamond Club. Next, your reactivations can count towards your qualifying enrollments for the month, but they need to be your reactivation or a reactivation from you or your downline. So just like enrollments where you need you and your team enrollments, reactivations will be the exact same way. They also need to be 100 plus PV to count towards your qualifications and to receive the enrollment incentives, which will be the exact same as the Diamond Club enrollment incentives. So again, just to cover, 12 plus months to be inactive. If you want them to count towards your qualifying enrollments, you need to be 100 plus PV, personal or team, and all reactivations of 100 plus PV will receive the Diamond Club promos. So super excited. This is the information we have for you guys right now. We will be sharing more information once we have that available for you. I know you guys are going to be asking more questions. I'm sure there's more questions in the chat that are going to come up. We love this. We know that these enhancements are going to be amazing. I know some of you guys are asking what the promos are going to be for enrollments and reactivations. We don't have that nailed down yet. Once we have that nailed down for you guys, we're getting that expedited as fast as possible so we can get the materials out for you, shared on the Diamond Club page, shared on the DMK probably, and shared with you guys so that you guys can be prepared and just hit the ground running in September. It's just taking a couple extra weeks to get those things done because we are just so excited and we're wanting to offer some really exciting promotions for your enrollments and reactivations. So yeah, we're super, super excited.
I do want to make a note regarding reactivations. This has probably been a very commonly asked for update. Like even from as far back as last season and leadership retreat, we had so many people coming to our booth and asking us, hey, can we have reactivations count? And just so you know, we have been working on this from November, December of last year, and we are very, very close, but we are not quite there yet to make all of the announcements that we're trying to finalize. And so reactivations will count as far as the fee being waived. So we are working on that, but it's kind of it's between the getting the free incentive products, Diamond Club incentive products, or waiving the fee. And waiving the fee has been the thing that everyone has agreed upon, that yes, we need to waive the fee. We would rather have that than the Diamond Club incentive product. So just so you know, we are working on that and we are super close. And once we find out, we will share with all of you, because we have been getting lots of questions about that. And we know that that's what you want and that's what we want to give you, but we want to make sure that we are 100% good to go. So thank you, Becca.
Yes, and like Mel said, we are super excited. We know we don't have all the answers to your questions right now. We're so sorry about that, but we will have them. We promise. We promise we will give you all the information you need to know to hit the ground running in September. We're just so excited to be announcing this. We wanted you guys to know before we had all the information, so you can just really get excited and get your teams excited. We had some people asking about your promo code and the link generator. There will be a link generator button on your Diamond Club dashboard, actually, that applies your promo code automatically. So you can just send out that link generator link. It's from your Diamond Club dashboard. It's only for personal enrollments. We apologize for that. It is something we would love to have be made available for the link generator on your doterra.com account so that all of your leaders can start using that. But for right now, the link generator on your Diamond Club dashboard is the one to use if you'd like to send out your promo code for personal enrollments. Alrighty, so I'm going to take the time over back to Amy for the important resources. I know some of you guys have been asking about TMAP, Facebook page, everything else like that. So Amy's going to take the time over just to kind of come over those important resources you're going to need for now and for the Diamond Club season. We may have lost Amy, so I will go over this as well. It's all right. So of course, these important resources for the Diamond Club website include your Diamond Club dashboard. Your Diamond Club dashboard is where you actually guys went to apply for Diamond Club. That is the same exact dashboard, but to access it, you can go to diamondclub.doterra.com. This link, we will send it out in our preparation call emails that we'll be sending out. We will also be sending it. We also have that available in the Diamond Club training course in case you need to find it somewhere else as well. And I'm sure we will make these slides available for your resources on our Diamond Club Facebook page. So you'll have 3 different places you can go to find the Diamond Club dashboard. But again, that's diamondclub.doterra.com. And once you go there, you just log in with your doterra.com credentials and you'll be logged into your Diamond Club portal. The Diamond Club team app, this is a really great place to go for just general announcements that we make. We know we send out emails, but sometimes, I don't know about you guys, sometimes I miss an email. Sometimes it gets sent to spam or junk. Or sometimes I just have so many emails that come in, but I may have accidentally deleted an email. So we send out these announcements both via email and on our team app and Facebook pages. The Diamond Club team app name is US and Canada Diamond Club. And our Diamond Club Facebook page is called North America doTERRA Diamond Club. We strongly recommend that you guys apply and request to join these pages because they're so good. Especially our Facebook page, we'll be sharing training content. We'll be sharing recordings for these calls. We'll be sharing some fun, exciting things, including maybe the chance for giveaways throughout the season and just exciting announcements. So we really want to make sure you guys are on these Facebook pages and on the team app, that you're interacting on the Facebook page especially. We love seeing interactions. We love seeing you guys posting on those pages, on the Facebook page, and we love to see the work that you guys are going through. You also will have the Diamond Club guide available on the digital marketing kit and on the Diamond Club dashboard. So the digital marketing kit has our most updated Diamond Club guide. It is also on the doterra.com Diamond Club website that you went to apply for Diamond Club. So at the very bottom, it says Diamond Club guide in purple, and you can just click on that button as well. So we're super excited. The Diamond Club Guide is really great for you guys just to really get an understanding of what you can expect for the season and how you can prepare for the season. We love these resources. They're going to be absolutely amazing. And we love to have them. And with that said, I believe we have just questions for you guys. So if you guys have questions, we want to know them. So some resources that you guys have to reach out, just so you guys know where to go to. Because we know that sometimes you don't always know where to go to. You're doing Diamond Club, but then if you have a question about enrollment, what do you do with that? So questions about processes and enrollments, member services. If you're having an issue processing enrollment just in general, maybe they're having an issue with their credit card, the address isn't being put in, they're trying to add an item, the item's not adding. Perfect reason to call member services. The next one is strategy and how to maximize your enrollments. Your mentor and your account manager are perfect for this. Many of you guys have your account manager. Your mentors are also a really great place to go just to help you strategize. Your mentors are going to be the person that you rely on a lot this season. And then finally, questions about promo codes, missing enrollments, reactivations, errors on the Diamond Club site, etc. You'll contact the Diamond Club team, which is me, Amy, and Melanie. Our information, you can email all of us at diamondclub@doterra.com, or we have our phone numbers right here. I'll leave us on this page for a little bit so you guys can take a picture. Amy will be over our Central, Northeast, Southeast, and Canada regions. So super exciting. If you're in one of those regions, you will be under Amy. And then for Pacific, Mountain, North America Chinese, and North America Latino, I will be answering those emails. As a disclaimer, we are a smaller team. Our North America Chinese language, we will also be having somebody available there as well. Unfortunately, not all of us speak all of the languages that you guys all speak, and we are very sorry about that. We will be working with your account managers. So if you need to call and talk to somebody, call and talk to your account manager, and they will be working very close to us. If you need to send an email and ask a question over email, we got you. We're there for you. But if you need to call and talk and you don't speak English, let's work with your account manager. We'll be working very closely with them, and we'll help answer those questions, but in the language that you can understand. So hopefully you guys have had enough time to look at that. This will also be available on our Diamond Club dashboard as well. Under, I believe there's a contact us tab with all of our information, the regions that we're under as well.
Okay, also just to interject, sorry guys, my computer decided to die. So I'm back. But yeah, so we do apologize if we don't, because I don't speak French Canadian, but we do have your account managers who do, but I will help the best of my abilities through email, just like Rebecca said, with NAC as well as NAL. But because we also are a smaller team, just, bear with us as we do our best to support you guys. So I just wanted to kind of put that little plug in. Also, regarding our resources, so the Diamond Club guide that we currently have on your guys' dashboard is the old one. So we will update it to put the new Diamond Club guide on there. So we apologize for that, but you can go onto the DMK and access the new one. So it does have a picture of just a lady with dark brown hair. So that will kind of, I guess it's called like the Diamond Club quick start guide. So that one is the most up-to-date one. So yeah, so just a reminder on that. Same thing goes for the mentor guide, because we have a new updated mentor guide as well. So just make sure you're looking at the most accurate information. Also, we wanted to do just a fun little giveaway before we do our save the day, just for all of you who are here and interacting with us. And we just wanted to do a little woo, because you guys are here and in person. And we just wanted to do that for you guys. So so the person who I felt was giving the most interaction, as well as great questions that were asked, was Roxy Buchanan. So shout out to Roxy. So we'll be sending you a fun little prize for joining the call. So thank you, Roxy, for coming. And this is what happens, you guys, when you come to the calls live, you have the chance of getting just a fun little thank you for joining us live. So I'll turn it back over to Rebecca.
Thank you, Amy, and thank you. Congratulations to those people who got our little giveaway. We will be doing more of these, so please come to our calls. We know that it takes time. We know that it's taking time from your days, but we really appreciate you guys being on these calls, and we do want to reward you with the knowledge that we have, and maybe with a couple of giveaways as well. With that said, our next preparation call, this is our August 13th call, which will be a Tuesday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Is going to be super exciting. The topic will be mindset, belief, and your Diamond Club dashboard again. So we're going to be going through a couple of tutorials on how to navigate your Diamond Club dashboard. We've seen a lot of feedback on what this looks like. It might even help answer some of your questions that you have now, especially with, say, the link generator, where to find your promo code, and what to do if, say, you forgot the promo code on an enrollment order, what the process would be for that. So it'll be super, super great. We will also have these tutorial videos available for you the whole season. So even if you maybe didn't get everything covered on this call that we're having next week, don't worry. We will have these tutorial videos available for you. And then we'll be having an amazing guest speaker. I believe our next guest speaker will be April Iwaka, talking about mindset and belief. She's an incredibly amazing leader. She's a founder 2.0 and a diamond leader, and she's going to give some amazing talk about this. So we're super excited for her. So mark your calendars next week, August 13th. It's a Tuesday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to be on this call. Again, this call will be recorded as well. We have recorded this call and we'll be posting them on our Diamond Club Facebook page. So please be on that Facebook page so you can catch those recordings in case you missed any part of this call or any of our future calls. We want to make sure you guys still have the information available, even if, say, you're not available to be on these calls. With that said, we're super excited. Let's get out there and start doing these amazing things. Get prepared for an amazing season of Diamond Club. We're so excited for you guys, and we cannot wait to be working with you this season, and we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye. Love you guys.